And I understand that Danielle and Noam were planning their wedding, and then instead you're organising funerals for them.
Yeah, they were starting to talk about marriage. I don't think they were already planning a wedding, but they definitely, Danielle told me like a week before that, Dad, I think that I'm going to marry Noam. And our mom like told me like she had a dream one of the mornings last week that she saw Danielle in a wedding dress, which is something that will never happen.
I'm so sorry, Eyal. It's just beyond words. This trauma that you're going through, that so many thousands of families in Israel like you are going through. Can you tell us about Danielle? What did she love to do? What were her hopes for the future?
Danielle was an amazing girl. She was born in Palo Alto, California, and she grew up for the first 4 years of her life in the United States. Then we moved back to Israel. She loved to dance. She danced everywhere. She loved horses. She loved dogs. She had dogs. She was just all about animals. She didn't hurt anything. She started to do photography with her mother. Her mother is like a very good photographer here, an amateur photographer, but very busy with that. So she went to multiple trips with Ella, with her mom, for photography. She, in the army, was a shooting instructor, and she was like training infantry special units in shooting. That's how she met Noam. Noam was in Givati, one of the special forces, infantry special forces here. They met while she was training his team. And then they got together and stayed together for about 6 years, living the life they wanted. And then on Friday went to celebrate, peace, freedom, and love, and were murdered.
Eyal, I mean, you talk about Hamas, you call them creatures. They are worse than ISIS. What they've done is more barbaric to babies, to children, to women, to your daughter, Danielle. Look, you personally have a strong business record of bringing Jews and Palestinians together. Obviously, Hamas is a terror organisation, but has all of this, has what's unfolded on October 7 changed your worldview in any way?
No, it did not. So first, we need to differentiate. We're now at a defense operation, and we need to eliminate Hamas, and anyone associated with Hamas needs to be eliminated, the same as the Western world has done to ISIS. We're not against Muslims. We're not against Islam. We respect Islam. We respect Muslims. But extreme organizations like Hamas, like Islamic Jihad, should be eliminated. And at the same time, and after we do this, we continue to reach out for peace. We want to stop killing each other. We want to be able to live next to each other in a synergetic way, and it could be an amazing life for both people in two countries. And our hand is always reaching out to find a partner. I've worked for more than 2 decades to find Palestinian partners to work with me on peace. I've had design centers in Rawabi, Hebron, and Nablus, and also in Gaza. I've donated and raised more than $360,000 for a hospital in Gaza. And I've done a peace initiative in the last two years.
Incredible.
We need
it's incredible.
to have the Palestinians, thank you. We need to have the Palestinians understand and come and ask, let's live in peace. Because if we continue to killing each other, it's not the right thing. I think our army has more technology, has more capabilities. We need to find a way to stop killing each other and strive for peace together.
Look, just finally, Eyal, I mean, what happened to Danielle, Noam, and 1,400 other Israelis on October 7 is the most brutal, tragic thing that could ever happen to any humans. And yet what we're seeing in the Western world are massive, massive protests in support of Palestinians. These protesters aren't condemning the Hamas terror attacks at all. They're protesting against Israel. I'm sure you've seen the images globally, including here in Australia. What do you make of them?
First, I think that they're doing better work in propaganda, in explaining and stuff like this. But I think when people look down and understand really what happened in October 7th, I'm talking about my personal story, but there's 1,400 people that were murdered during that morning, that day, and that afternoon. The people that came in, or the creatures that came in, did awful things in many places, just unbelievable, inhuman things. They raped, they burned, they cut open, they beheaded, they've burned alive, they've done awful things to people. This is something that you cannot even describe, and there's multiple videos. And this is why the international world should understand they should support Israel to complete this operation, and after this, help us strive for peace.
Eyal, thank you so much for your courage and sitting here and talking to us this evening. I can't even imagine how difficult that must be for you, and I'm so deeply sorry for everything that you and fellow Israeli citizens are going through.
Thank you very much. We'll be okay. We'll win this war, and we'll be striving again.